Feeling awake out there. Would assume so. It's 11:39, Kansas City. I say to you, if there is in person, I say to you, welcome to KC What Community Broadcast, March 15th. I think I'm awake. I'm awake. Right, we've got Mean Grandpa as president and running around siding with Russia and Putin for some inexplicable reason, and no one can do anything about it. And now Canada hates us, and Europe too, and apparently Trump hates them, and no one knows why. And it's becoming clear that he's completely deranged and made Mean Grandpa the senile old king we all feared, with a bunch of political bros behind him. You got mad soliloquies like Richard III going on Truth Social, and we've got this Bond villain in every part of the government right now. That's his personal style, Bond villain. And I guess that's my only little protest. He's got this little group, an acronym DOGE, Dodgy. I believe it's pronounced Dodgy. I don't know. I guess that's, I've heard other people say it's pronounced a different way, but I guess that's my little protest, is I'm not going to say the name of your little group the way you want to, even though that also sounds like the group of a Bond villain, and he's got the rockets and everything. I can't say it that way. I can only, it looked to me, I see it and it looks like dodgy to me. That's the only way I can see it. And so, people say it's a different way, but I don't believe it. And I saw it on the internet. And that's the only way I can pronounce it, is dodgy. I can't. So that's my little protest. And then I got this little flyer I printed out here. I guess it looks a little, it looks a little political the way it turned out there, but a little more than I wanted it to. But I printed off 100 of these, and then when I got out there, I realized, well, I didn't know where to take them. I was going to do coffee shops, and started driving around, and to a couple, and I couldn't find a place to put them. But I did leave about 50 out. A couple of places here. I left some out at Broadway Cafe and Mother Earth Coffee and Sister Anne's and Turnsall Books, and left a few copies out. And I was driving around, and it was occurring to me, thinking, there's really no way of reaching people outside of social media. Reluctant to go back to Facebook or TikTok, and my project is about slowing down and live events. I don't know, it just doesn't seem right. And maybe it's true that you can't start a project like this without being big on social media and completing for clicks and views. Me being an old man, frankly, not really liking social media. I guess it might very well tank my project. Well, I think I still have some kind of Instagram account that sends me email notifications I've ignored for years, and at the very least I can put some posts on there and use it to connect with others who at least be one major platform. And I don't know, just thinking about social media, this project, community building projects, is about being independent and local and in person. And the overall model is about creating a decentralized network. And so but that kind of protest is really pointless, because none of that really matters. I'm just The real issue is that I'm just one person trying to start a project like this after years of studying and writing books in obscurity. And I've avoided being part of a wider social network, whether it was social media or a particular job or industry or family or academic or nonprofit network. And I avoided all that. And so I just wrote my little books and lived in my own little world and didn't really participate. And so it's not really surprising that now that I want to reach people to, you know, talk about what I want to figure out what I want to talk about, this new kind of organization, it's not really surprising that now I'm in the wilderness and no one cares. And so, that's what I'm saying is that's fair. And honestly, it's probably my background of relative privilege that led me to even assume people would care at all once I figured out what I wanted to say. And yet, I forge ahead because I know there are others like me out there who others who believe that a better way is possible, even though, like me, they have very little money, influence, or expertise. And so it's true that I say don't do social media and I haven't participated in any kind of wider social network. It's true that I'm a very bad person to start this project. And yet here I am, because I've been waiting and waiting for years for somebody else to say it, and I don't hear anybody saying it. I began theorizing about community building projects in 2016, and all along, the same question has been at the center of my thinking. Why don't normal working people join together and organize in a general way and build an organization with the purpose of providing what is essentially human? And in all my writing and thinking over the years, that has never changed. And that will never change, because that's the point of the project. Building a new kind of structure to provide what is essentially human. And so, now this is obviously unbearably broad, even like the name.